They're fun.
Now tell me the truth. Is all this really necessary, or is it just a show for the audience?
It's a very necessary thing. If they didn't do all of that maneuvering around on the line that you see them doing now, their cars wouldn't turn to good times.
Leung's Hawaiian Punch car was the winner of this year's Montreal Molson Classic. The cars are staged now. Both cars are off the line. Force smokes his tires, pushing him out of the groove. Rick Johnson is able to hold on to the track. He pulls away from Force. Rick Johnson with a 5.968, 243 miles an hour. Both of the next two runners are part of two proud and legendary generations of racers. In the Tower Lane, Wayne Minnick. In 1969, Pat Minnick took the funny car runner-up title here in Martin, the first to hold that honor. Facing the Chi-Town Hustler in the opposite lane is Scott Coletta, son of the immortalized Connie Conrad Coletta. The senior Coletta is still dominating the top fuel ranks, but somehow he still finds time to crew for his son. Both cars are off the line. Coletta uses just a little too much clutch, breaking the tires loose. Wayne Minnick flies with an easy does-it run of 6.28, 193 miles an hour. Next up, Tom Hoover in the Showtime funny car. On the line with Hoover, his father, George Hoover, his crew chief and partner. They'll face another veteran of the funny car ranks, Tom the Mongoose McEwen. While the drivers wait for the official okay to continue racing, we can go to McEwen's home in Fountain Valley, California. Our Mary O'Cleary talked with Tom earlier this year.
We moved to Panama. My dad was a test pilot. My dad was killed in Panama when I was 2 years old. I never knew my father. I have a brother that's 18 months younger than I am. My mother raised us both in Long Beach, California, and been married twice, had 3 children, lost my middle boy to leukemia when he was 15, which was probably the roughest thing I've ever been through, and another reason that I appreciate life a lot more since that happened.
When did your interest in racing start? Did that start in high school? What were you interested in then?
It started about when I was about 15. I used to sneak my mother's car out of the garage and go to the Santa Ana drag strip, 1953. And I had horses at the time. Then I got my driver's license and started doing things that young guys do with cars, you know.
Tom, besides your horses, what is it that you do when you really need to get away from it all?
Once a year, I give myself a vacation and I take myself to Kona. I go there for 2 weeks and go marlin fishing. I like that real well. I go there every year. So that's...
Those are fighters too, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, are they? And it's tough hooking them up. It's not real easy, you know. You're lucky if you get hit once a day. It's just a real challenge, you know. And then around that I have my horses. That is like a full-time thing, because when I'm home I like to spend a lot of time with them. You can trust these animals to a point, you know. People, they'll tell you whatever you want to hear, and these guys here, they're a little loyal to you. I can go to the racetrack on the weekend with my car, and I can win or lose. And, you know, there'll be like, while you're running good and you qualify good, there'll be like hundreds of people around you at the racetrack. The minute you get beat, you could shoot a shotgun off there, you wouldn't hit anybody, you know. And these horses, they like you whether you win or you lose. You go see them. Everybody around here is the same way.
Tom, racing involves a lot of stress and pressure of competition, and you would think that you would have a hobby that would take you completely away from that, and yet there's a lot of stress involved with what you're doing here with these horses. What brings you back doing that?
It's a different kind of pressure to me, you know. This is something that I really enjoy and learning about in animals. I've always had a lot of animals around as pets. You know, my mother used to threaten to throw. When I was a kid at home, I had pigeons and snakes and rats, and I brought home a blind pig one time from a stable, and that was the end. My mother says, well, you've gone too far this time. But I just enjoy them, you know, and it gets me away from the race car, because I really get attached to my horses. I like the females. I like most of their dispositions, but I like to, it's like it goes back to the competitive thing. I like to do the things the tough way, and if they tell me that the females aren't as fast as the males, then I want to raise a female that can beat them. It's more fun to me that way.
As an individual, Tom McEwen seems to draw special strength out of adversity and satisfaction from keen competition, an enjoyment he shares with the animals he loves.
I feel that I do take risks because I'm very careful about things. I drive the car because I enjoy the power and the speed and having the control over it. I like the competition of racing other guys, especially younger drivers on the starting line reflex stuff. And if I thought it was dangerous, I don't think I would do it, because I enjoy life and I enjoy fishing and my horses, and I wouldn't want to think I'd allow to get myself hurt or killed where I couldn't go do those other things.
The Mongoose is one of the sport's true superstars. From a winning season to his efforts to support leukemia research, he always gives 100%. Hoover stages without hesitation. Light set for the run down the tree. Hoover fights to find the groove as McEwen spins his tires. Hoover hits it hard at the top end of the track. It's a fast run for the Showtime car. Hoover, 5.87 seconds, 250 miles an hour. That's the low ET so far today. We still have one run left to go in the first round of the Chicago-style shootout. When we come back, it'll be the Snake versus the Bandit. We'll uncover a flashy sneak preview, and we'll spend some time with the king of drag racing, Big Daddy Don Garlits. All on the world of pro drag superstars.
I've been working with my hands since I was a kid. I piled up lots of experience with hand cleaners, from soap to turpentine. The one I use is lava, because lava has the power of pumice. You can feel it, powering away dirt, powering your hands clean. I'm Roger Gustin. I built the lava machine. Mister, when I talk power, I know what I'm talking about.
Lava powers hands clean.
Hi, this is Scott Baio with a message to young men about to turn 18. You've got to register with Selective Service. Registration is not a draft. No one's been drafted in over 10 years. You're just adding your name to a list in case of a national emergency. And registering's easy. Just go down to the post office within a month of your 18th birthday, pick up a card, fill it out, and hand it to a postal clerk. It takes 5 minutes. So, if you're about to become 18, don't forget to register with Selective Service. I did it.
Extra, extra, read all about it. It's Big News, the game show that has West Michigan talking. Headline Chasers, where you'll make big money from memory.
What does that headline say for $800?
Francisco Franco succumbs?
Is that right, for $800? Yes, it is correct.
You get the clues that lead to the headline, and then...
Yes, for 5,000 tickets.
You get the cash. Headline Chasers, it's Big News.
You're the only person in the world walking around with a problem. I just hope it's a beaut.
I'll give you a few yucks. I've just been suspended.
This is James Garner. Here are some scenes from our next episode of The Rockford Files.
I just want to know why I'm being questioned, what's going on.
Smack. That is supposed to be locked up in the police property room ends up in somebody's arm. And in your spare tire.
In my spare tire? That's a lie.
You never come around here, never.
The Rockford Files, Sunday at 5 on TV 13.
It's the popular Hot Rodding Championship from Martin, Michigan, on the world of pro drag superstars. Side by side, Don the Snake Prudhomme in the Pepsi Challenger and Tim Gross in the Skoal Bandit. Both drivers mean business, turning impressive burnouts. The scent of nitro's in the air. While the car's back into position, Barbara can help us find out a little bit more about the guy they call the Snake.
A fellow by the name of Tom McEwen and myself, the Mongoose, used to battle it out in our earlier days when we first started at Lions Drag Strip, which is a little drag strip out in California. And one of the guys in the crew just put the nickname Snake on me because I was quick off the starting line, and it just kind of stuck. And McEwen, of course, as you probably well know, came along with the name the Mongoose, and both the names became fairly popular when Hot Wheels got a hold of us in 1970.
Tell us about your family, Don.
Well, I have a very nice family. I have a wife by the name of Lynn, and she supports this a great deal. And I have a little girl by the name of Donna that just turned 12 years old, and I think she's quite a fan also. And they give me a lot of support, and it's great to get home to them every chance I get.
Now, you've won this particular event more times than anyone else. How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't feel bad about it. Our car hasn't been as consistent as we'd like during this season. It's been running well, but it just hadn't been in the winner's circle enough. And of course, being here at the popular hot rodding race would be a nice race to win again, because like you've pointed out, we've won it several times before.
The cars are under the lights, ready to charge. They're off the line, head to head. This is the closest race of the day. streaking over the finish line. Oh, it's the Bandit, Tim Gross, with a 5.912, 240 miles an hour. Everyone's on their feet here at US 131 Drag Race. After round one, here are the top qualifiers. Tom Hoover, then Tim Gross, followed by Rick Johnson, and then Don Prudhomme. Remember, only the two drivers with the fastest times will run in the final. Each driver will have one more shot at improving his time. Now, while the crews fine-tune their motors, we can take a sneak preview of an upcoming competition of a different sort. The Motorsports English Leather Calendar Girl pageant next week at the Kansas City International Raceway. Last year, Christy Johnson traveled all the way from KCIR to the month of June. From the looks of this year's lineup, it'll be another fabulous pageant finale in Las Vegas. Starting off round two, John Force in the Coca-Cola Wendy's Funny Car, and Wayne Minnick in the ever-popular Chi-Town Hustler. Force took top honors last night in a tough 16-car pre-event matchup. Minnick is one of the newer faces in the driver's seat. Barbara asked Minnick about the story behind his new job.
I've been a member of the crew now for basically 5 years professionally, but I've always been around drag racing and race cars. And this year, I finally managed to talk everybody into giving me a shot at driving it. That's something I've always wanted to do. My dad is part owner of the car. And, you know, you talk to him on the phone, and he didn't seem real happy. But I mean, he was happy, but, you know, he didn't seem like he was ecstatic. And then I find out a little while after that he went running in the bedroom and woke my mom up at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell her that I run good.
John Force is in the tower lane. The pre-stage lights are set. The cars are staged. They're off the line in a spectacular charge. They're neck and neck down to the wire. It's an incredibly close finish. It's John Force with a win at 5.912, 247 miles an hour. Minnick was only 6 1/1000ths of a second behind Force. Force ties Tim Gross's time, an exact match, 5.912. Unfortunately for Force, Tim Gross posted his time first. And the rule in a Chicago-style shootout holds that the driver who made his or her time first stays in the competition. Next up, Tom Hoover against the young but very skilled Scott Coletta. We asked Hoover back in the pits if he thought he could remain in the #1 slot.
Competition is tough, though. It's not over. Like you say, the shootout style, anything can happen. So I don't know if that time will hold, but I'm going to try and step on it even harder yet the next round.
Okay, the two cars are ready to go. Hoover's in the tower lane, and they're off. Hoover smokes his tires, but Coletta has a big problem. Pieces of chrome and magnesium all over the track. He's just stopping cold. Hoover skates past the finish line with no reason to push his car. He gets across at 6.92 seconds. Hoover, I'm sure, was looking over his shoulder. He knew Coletta wasn't a threat this go-round. Coletta, that's Scott Coletta, is pretty upset, and for good reason. He lost an engine, and there are a lot of very expensive parts right down there at his feet. Scott Coletta, 23 years old. He drives the Bounty Hunter 2. He finished 4th in the IHRA and 5th in the NHRA standings last year. So despite his age, he's clocked enough time to know when it hurts. Next up, it's Tim Gross and Rick Johnson. While the officials clear the track of debris, we can hear from Tim Gross, who still holds the #2 position.
Well, so far we're quite happy with it because, as you know, that right lane has been giving people lots of fits. Most everybody's getting off the edge of the pavement and spinning the tire heavily, which I did, but I was able to backpedal a little bit, is what we call it, and kind of tame the throttle to bring the power down and get the tire to adhere to the track. So I held it about quarter throttle for about 300 feet, and once I squeezed back in and plunked it in high gear, she took off like a rocket. So, like I said, I'm very optimistic because I'll have lane choice now, so I'm going to get back over in that left lane. If I don't have to do all that fancy work on the throttle pedal, she'll step up a good 1/10 or even more.
Both cars' engines sound strong, and they're on the burnout pad. Gross is in the tower lane. For the noise and smoke these two drivers manufactured, they're going for the brass ring. Earlier, Roland Leong, owner-manager of the Hawaiian Punch car, commented on its performance.
I got the motor hopped up pretty good, and I hope I get that left lane. But it seems to be a one-lane racetrack. And if you got the right lane, it'd be pretty tough to, a lot of people have trouble getting down that right lane. So hope we get the left lane again, and we'll go for it.
Cars are on the line. They're waiting for the green light. Rick Johnson for Roland Leong has Gross beat at half track. Johnson the winner with 5.93 and a 6. But it's not good enough to move Tim Gross or Tom Hoover in the standings. Only 2 more drivers can change the ladder as it stands. Up next, Tom the Mongoose McEwen and Don the Snake Prudhomme. And according to McEwen, it's all-out warfare when these two meet. On the World of Pro Drag Superstars.
I've been working with my hands since I was a kid. I piled up lots of experience with hand cleaners, from soap to turpentine. The one I use is lava, because lava has the power of pumice. You can feel it, powering away dirt, powering your hands clean. I'm Roger Gustin. I built the lava machine. Mister, when I talk power, I know what I'm talking about.
Lava powers hands clean.
Hi, this is Scott Baio with a message to young men about to turn 18. You've got to register with Selective Service. Registration is not a draft. No one's been drafted in over 10 years. You're just adding your name to a list in case of a national emergency. And registering's easy. Just go down to the post office within a month of your 18th birthday, pick up a card, fill it out, and hand it to a postal clerk. It takes 5 minutes. So, if you're about to become 18, don't forget to register with Selective Service. I did it.
Don't miss Benson, starring Robert Guillaume. There's intrigue, mystery, danger, lots of surprises, big-time politics, and best of all, there's Benson.
I'd like to introduce...
Juice. Oh, this man needs no introduction. I'd know the Reverend Jesse Jackson anywhere.
Really, that's Benson.
Such a nice little boy.
Benson, returning to weekdays this fall on TV 13.
Home at last, snap on the TV. Me and my baby got the stars in our eyes. Love it Monday through to Sunday. Every morning, every evening, there's always something good to see. On TV 13, you'll love it. TV 13, you'll love it. On TV 13, you'll love it.
The year was 1971 for the 3rd running of the popular Hot Rodding Championships. Pro Drag Superstars' own Big Daddy Don Garlits took the Top Fuel title from Steve Carbone with a time of 6.38. That's nearly a second slower than Big Daddy runs today. During the break, Tom McEwen's car shut down, just wouldn't run at all. Prudhomme bettered his own earlier runs by breaking into the 5s, but he was still shy of changing the standing of the eliminator chart. It's time for the final run down the quarter mile. Tom Hoover's in the Tower lane. Tim Gross lines up in the spectator lane. A few moments ago, Don spoke to Hoover about his car.
Here you are at the 17th Annual Popular Hot Rodding Championships. You're in the final. Are you excited?
Yes, we sure are, Don. The car's running pretty good today in the 5s, 250 plus, and a little clutch adjustment here. The second round, we tried some different settings there. We carried the wheels for about half track, but we'll calm it down a little bit here, and I expect to have a real good run in the final.
Sure be nice if you could win it, kind of give you a kind of a good year so far, wouldn't it?
Right, that sure would, and especially we're going home to the North Stars here next week at Brainerd in my hometown, so I want to be able to look good up there, and I'd like to nail this one down here. I've been runner up here about twice in the last 10 years, so I'd like to win it once.
Both cars turned solid walls of white smoke. Don also asked Tim Gross about his journey to the finals.
Well, Tim, I've been watching you all summer. You've run some pretty impressive runs. I saw a 566 come out of this car earlier this year. But little problems have kept you out of the winner's circle. Now, here you're coming into the final. Have you got everything squared away today?
Actually, everything looks exceptionally good today. We've not been hurting a thing, fortunately, knock on wood. But and the car's been doing that pretty much all summer long. Like you said, it has been the little things that caused our demise on several different occasions. But we're slowly ironing out the little things that do happen from time to time. But when you got these monsters, as you well know, that 3,000 horsepower and trying to go from A to B in such a short distance and all that, there's a lot of stress and strain on every little item, including our bodies.
They're back on their feet in Martin for the big run of the day.
The policemen turn in their badges, because I'm coming to your living room.